Bandeham Shiguro Shiyata Parakamalam Shigurun Vaishnavamscha Shirupam Sagrajatam Saganaraganatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sabadutam Barijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Paran Sahagana Lalita Shivishakam Vitamscha Om Jnana Timarandasya Jnanajana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Gurva Bhistam Supurakam Guruganara Sisha Sambhushitam Chintya Chintya Samastaveda Nipunam Shri Rupa Patanugam Govindabhidam Ujwalam Varatanam Bhaktyan Vidam Sundaram Vishvam Mande Vishva Gurunsha Divyat Bhagavat Prem Noi Bija Pranam Devam Divyatanam Suchanda Varanam Balarka Chelanchitam Sandrananda Puram Sadeka Varanam Vairagya Vidyamburim Sri Siddhanta Nidhim Subhakti Lasitam Saraswatanam Baram Bandetam Shubharam Madeka Sharanam Nyashishvara Sridharam Vanchakalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyevacha patitanam pavanibhyo vaishnavayabhyo namo namah namo mahabaranyaya krishna prema pradayate krishnaya krishna chaitanya namane gauratavishe namah. So we're hearing from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, translation and commentary by Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. This is Madhya-lila, chapter 15, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya offers prashadam. So Srvabhauma Bhattacharya has invited Mahaprabhu to come to his house and make lunch for him. He's worked so hard with his wife Sati Mata and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya working together. They've cooked so much. Krishnadas Kaviraj says that they prepared every known preparation in Bengal and Orissa. They're in, of course, Jagannath Puri, Orissa. So they've made so much nice prashadam. And then when Mahaprabhu is about to take the prashadam, then Sarvabhauma's son-in-law, Amogha, criticized, oh, there's so much here, and this sannyasi alone is eating it. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was very aggrieved, considering that Amogha had blasphemed Mahaprabhu. So Gariyashe Bhattacharya, this is text number 260. Gariyashe Bhattacharya Shatira Matasane Apana Nindiya Kichu Bolana Bachane. After returning to his home, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya consulted with his wife, the mother of Sati. After personally condemning himself, he began to speak as follows. Chaitanya Gosaraninda Shunila Jahoite Tare Bada Koile Hoi Papa Prayaschite. If the man who blasphemes Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is killed, his sinful action may be atoned. So you can see he's exaggeratedly upset. He's very upset. Kimwa nija prana jadi kore vimochan dui jogya nahi dui sharira brahman. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya continued, or if I give up my own life, this sinful action may be atoned. However, neither of these ideas is befitting, because both bodies belong to Brahmins. Now he concludes that something has to be done to atone for Amogha's blasphemy. One way would be to kill Amogha, or to kill him, or to kill himself, to kill Sarvabhauma, kill himself to atone for the action. But he says, I can't do this because both bodies belong to Brahmins, and can't commit that kind of action against a Brahmin. Puna se nindakera mukana dekiba pratiyaga koilun taranama na loiba. Instead, I shall never see the face of this blasphemer. I reject him and give up my relationship with him. I shall never even speak his name. So by way of exaggeration, because Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is so distraught, he's talking in a way which is, he will not do that. He will not kill Amogha, nor will he give up his own life. But it just shows at the moment when he's speaking, he's so much upset that these actions look plausible to him, although they're not really, but he is beside himself with feeling that Mahaprabhu was blasphemed. Shatira ko hatare charuka se hoila patita, patito hoile bharta jajite uchita. Inform my daughter Sati to abandon her relationship with her husband because he has fallen down. When the husband falls down, it is the wife's duty to relinquish the relationship. Patitam cha patitam tyajet. When a husband has fallen, one's relationship with him must be given up. This is a quotation from the Smriti Shastra stated in Srimad Bhagavatam. Santushta lolupa daksha dharmagya priya satyabhak apramata shuchi snigda patim tva patitam byajet santushta lolupa dakshadharman gyapriya satyavak apramata shuchi snigda patim tva patitam byajet. A wife who is satisfied, who is not greedy, who is expert and knows religious principles, who speaks what is dear and truthful and is not bewildered, and who is always clean and affectionate, should be very much devoted to her husband if he is not fallen. Se ratre amogha kahan polaya gela pratakale tara vishuchika vyarihoila. That night Amogha, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's son-in-law, fled, and in the morning he immediately fell sick with cholera. Amogha moren shuni kohe Bhattacharya sahai hoya daiba koila morakarya. When the Bhattacharya heard that Amogha was dying of cholera, he thought, it is the favor of Providence that he is doing what I want to do. Ishware ta aparada fale tatakan etabole pare dui shastrara vachan. When one offends the Lord, karma immediately takes effect. After saying this, he recited 2 verses from the revealed scripture. Mahata I prayatnena hasti ashvarata patibi ashmabiryad anushteyam gandharvais tad anushtitam. What we have had to arrange with great endeavor by collecting elephants, horses, chariots, and infantry soldiers has already been accomplished by the Gandharvas. This is a quotation from the Mahabharata. Bhimasena made this statement when all the Pandavas were living in exile in the forest. At that time, there was a fight between the Kauravas and the Gandharvas. The Kaurava soldiers were under the command of Karna, but the commander-in-chief of the Gandharvas was able to arrest all the Kauravas by virtue of superior military strength. At that time, Duryodhana's ministers and commanders requested Maharaj Yudhishthira to help. After being thus petitioned, Bhimasena spoke the verse given above, remembering Duryodhana's former nefarious and atrocious activities against him. Indeed, Bhimasena felt it very fitting that Duryodhana and his company were arrested. This could have been accomplished by the Pandavas only with great endeavor. So when the Kauravas were arrested, then Bhima was very happy and said, what we would have to do with great loss and great difficulty, the Gandharvas have done for us, so Providence has acted. But Maharaj Yudhishthira didn't take that position. He thought that they had to go to the Gandharvas and get the Kauravas released from the Gandharvas. So, but this is a statement. So So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is thinking like this, that now Amogha, he's dying because he caught cholera. And now Providence, before I was thinking how I would be able to settle this of Amogha blaspheming Mahaprabhu, but now Providence has arranged that he will die of cholera. So he was happy hearing that. Or you can say, relieved hearing that. Ayu Shriyam Yashodharmam Lokan Ashisha Evacha Hanti Shreyam Sarvani Pumso Mahad Atikrama. When a person mistreats great souls, his lifespan and opulence, reputation, religion, possessions, and good fortune are all destroyed. Ayushriyam Yashodharmam Lokan Ashishevacha Hanti Shreyam Sarvani Pumso Mahad Atikrama. When a person mistreats great souls, his lifespan, opulence, reputation, religion, possessions, and good fortune are all destroyed. This statement was made by Sukadeva Goswami to Maharaj Parikshit. This quotation concerns the attempted killing of Krishna's sister, Yogamaya, who appeared before Krishna's birth as the daughter of Mother Yashoda. This daughter, Yogamaya, and Krishna were born simultaneously, and Vasudeva replaced Yogamaya with Krishna and took Yogamaya away. When she was brought to Mathura and Kamsa attempted to kill her, Yogamaya slipped out of his hands. She could not be killed. She then informed Kamsa about the birth of his enemy, Krishna, and being thus baffled, Kamsa consulted his associates, who were all demons. When the big conspiracy was taking place, this verse was spoken. When this big conspiracy was taking place, this verse was spoken by Sukadeva Goswami. He points out that a demon can lose everything because of his nefarious activities. The word Mahad Atikrama, meaning envy of Lord Vishnu and his devotees, is significant in this verse. The word Mahat indicates a great personality, a devotee, or the supreme personality of Godhead himself. Being always engaged in the Lord's service, the devotees themselves are as great as the Lord. The word Mahat is also explained by Lord Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita. Mahatmanas tu mam bharta daivim prakritim ashrita bhajanti ananya manaso gyatva bhuta dim avyayam. O son of Prita, those who are not deluded, the great souls, are under the protection of the divine nature. They are fully engaged in devotional service because they know me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, original and inexhaustible. Being envious of the Lord and his devotees is not at all auspicious for a demon. By such envy, a demon loses everything considered beneficial. Gopinathacharya Gela Prabhu Darshane Prabhutare Puchila Bhattacharya Vivarane. At this time, Gopinathacharya went to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and the Lord asked him about the events taking place in Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's house. Acharya Kohe Upavas Koila Duijan Vishuchika Vyadite Amogha Chadiche Jivan. Gopinathacharya informed the Lord that both the husband and the wife were fasting, and that their son-in-law, Amogha, was dying of cholera. Shuni kripa moy prabhu ailadana, Amogere kohetara buke hastadiya. As soon as Mahaprabhu heard that Amogha was going to die, he immediately ran to him in great haste. Placing his hand on Amogha's chest, he spoke as follows. Sahaje nirmala e brahmana hridoy, Krishnera vashite e jogya stanahoy. The heart of a Brahman is by nature very clean. Therefore it is a proper place for Krishna to sit. Matsarya chandalakene ihan basaile, Parama pavitra stana apavitra koile. Why have you allowed the chandal of jealousy to sit here also? In this way you have contaminated a most purified place, your heart. Sarvabhauma sange tomar kalusha hoila koi kalmasha guchile jiva Krishna namaloi. However, due to the association of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, all your contamination is now vanquished. When a person's heart is cleansed of all contamination, he is able to chant the Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna. Uttaha Amogha tumi lao Krishna nam, Achyare tomare kripa koribe Bhagavan. Therefore, Amogha, get up and chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. If you do so, Krishna will unfailingly bestow mercy upon you. Shuni Krishna Krishna Boli, Amogha Utila, Premonmade Mata Hoy, Nachite Lagila. After hearing Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and being touched by him, Amogha, who was on his deathbed, immediately stood up and began to chant the holy name of Krishna. Thus he became mad with ecstatic love and began to dance emotionally. Kampa Shrupulaka Stamba Sveda Svarabhanga Prabhuha Sedekitara Primera Taranga. When Amogha danced in ecstatic love, he manifested all the ecstatic symptoms: trembling, tears, jubilation, trance, perspiration, and a faltering voice. Seeing these waves of ecstatic emotion, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu began to laugh. Prabhura Charane Dori Koraye Vinoi Aparada Kama More Prabhu Doyamoy. Amogha then fell before the Lord's lotus feet and submissively said, O merciful Lord, please excuse my offense. Echar Muke Tomar Korina Nindane Etabole Apana Gale Chadoya Apane Echaramuke Tomar Korinu Nindane Etabole Apana Gale Chadaya Apane. Not only did Amogha beg the Lord's pardon, but he also began slapping his own cheek, saying, By this mouth I have blasphemed you. Chadaite Gala Fulaila Hate Dore Gopinatha Charya Nishedila. Indeed, Amogha continued slapping his face over and over until his cheeks were swollen. Finally, Gopinathacharya stopped him by catching hold of his hands. Prabhu Ashvasana Kore Sparshi Taragatra Sarvabhauma Sambande Tumi Morasneha Patra. After this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu pacified Amogha by touching his body and saying, You are the object of my affection because you are the son-in-law of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Sarvabhauma Grihedas Dashi Jai Kurkur Sehomora Priya Arya Jana Rahudura. Everyone in Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's house is very dear to me, including his maid and servants and even his dog. Everyone in Sarvabhauma's house is very dear to me, including his maids and servants and even his dog. And what to speak of his relatives? Aparadnahi sada tau Krishnanam eta bole prabhutai aila Sarvabhauma stan. Amogha, always chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and do not commit any further offenses. After giving Amogha this instruction, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Sarvabhauma's house. Prabhu Deki Sarvabhauma Darila Charane, Prabhutare Alingiya Basilasane. Upon seeing the Lord, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya immediately caught hold of his lotus feet. The Lord embraced him and then sat down. Prabhu Kohe Amogha Sishu Kiba Taradosh Keni Upavasa Kora Keni Kora Rosh. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu pacified Sarvabhauma, saying, "After all, Amogha, your son-in-law, is a child. So what is his fault? Why are you fasting and why are you angry?" Uttasnana Koradeka Jagannatha Mukh Shigrase Bhojana Kora Tabe Moras Sukh. Just get up and take your bath and go see the face of Lord Jagannath. Then return here to eat your lunch. In this way I shall be happy. Tabat Rohiba Ami Utaya Vasya Javatna Koibe Tumi Prasada Asya. I shall stay here until you return to take Jagannath's remnants for your lunch. Prabhupada Doribata Kohite Lagila Marita Moga Tare Kene Jiaila. Catching hold of Mahaprabhu's lotus feet, the Bhattacharya said, "Why did you bring Amogha back to life? It would have been better had he died." So Mahaprabhu said, "Just go, get up and take your bath and go see the face of Lord Jagannath, then return here to eat your lunch. In this way I shall be happy," because Sarvabhauma and his wife are fasting. Mahaprabhu says, "I shall stay here until you return to take Jagannath's remnants for your lunch." Catching hold of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lotus feet, the Bhattacharya said, "Why did you bring Amogha back to life? It would have been better had he died." Prabhu Kohe Amogha Sishu Tomara Balaka Dosha Na Loy Pita Tahate Palaka. Mahaprabhu said, "Amogha is a child and your son. The father does not take the faults of his son seriously, especially when he is maintaining him. Ebe Vaishnava Hoila Tara Gela Parad Tahara Uparik Ebe Koraha Prashad. Now that he has become a Vaishnava, he is offenseless. You can bestow your mercy upon him without hesitation." Bhatako He Jala Prabhu Ishwara Darshane Snanakori Tahamui Asichon Ekone. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya said, "Please go, my Lord, to see Lord Jagannath. After taking my bath, I shall go there and then return." Prabhu Kohe Gopinatha Ihani Rohiba Iho Prashada Paile Bharta Maked Kohiba. Mahaprabhu then told Gopinath, "Stay here and inform me when Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya has taken his prashadam." Etabole Prabhu Gela Ishwara Darshane Bhattasnan Darshana Kori Koraila Bojane. Etabole Prabhu Gela Ishwara Darshane Bhatta Snana Darshana Korila Bojane. After saying this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to see Lord Jagannath. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya completed his bath, went to see Lord Jagannath, and then returned to his house to accept food. Say Amogha Hoila Prabhur Bhakta Ekanta Preminache Krishnanam Loy Mahast Shanta. Thereafter, Amogha became an unalloyed devotee of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He danced in ecstasy and peacefully chanted the holy name of Lord Krishna. Achi Chitra Lila Kore Sachira Nandan Jaydeke Shunitara Vishmoy Hoyaman. In this way, Mahaprabhu performed his various pastimes. Whoever sees them or hears them recounted becomes truly astonished. In this way, Mahaprabhu performed his various pastimes. Whoever sees them or hears them recounted becomes truly astonished. Achibata Grihe Kore Bhojana Vilas Taramadye Nana Chitra Charitra Prakash. Thus Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu enjoyed existing in Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's house. Thus Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu enjoyed eating in Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's house. Within that one pastime, many wonderful pastimes were manifested. Sarvabhauma Garaye Bhojana Charita, Sarvabhauma Prema Jaha Hoila Vidita. These are the peculiar characteristics of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes. Thus the Lord ate in Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's house, and in this way Sarvabhauma's love for the Lord has become very well known. Shatir Matam Prema Ar Prabhur Prashad Bhakta Sambandhe Jaha Kamila Aparad. Thus I have related the ecstatic love of Sarvabhauma's wife, who is known as Sati Mata, or the mother of Sati. I have also related Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's great mercy, which he manifested by excusing Amogha's offense. He did so due to Amogha's relationship with the devotee. Shraddha Korye Lila Shune Jejan Achirat Paise Chaitanya Charan. Whoever hears these pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with faith and love will attain the shelter of the Lord's lotus feet very soon. Shri Rupa Raghunath Parijara As Chaitanya Charitamrita Kohe Krishnadas. Shri Rupa Raghunath Parijara As Chaitanya Charitamrita Kohe Krishnadas. Praying at the lotus feet of Shri Rupa and Shri Raghunath, always desiring their mercy, I, Krishnadas, narrate Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, following in their footsteps. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports to Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya-lila, 15th chapter, describing the Lord's eating at the house of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Okay. Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Jadavaya Nama Jadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan Giridhari Gopinatha Marana Mohana Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jai Rupa Sanatam Bhatta Raguna Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raguna H.I. Gosai Kori Charana Bandhan Chawaite Vignana Shamishta Puran H.I. Gosai Jarmui Taradas Tasavar Bhada Renu Mora Panchagras Kader Charana Sevi Bhakta Sani Bhas Janame Janame More Abhilash. Jai Gosai Jar Muita Jai Gosai Jabe Braje Koilabas. Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Korila Prakash. Anande Bolo Hari Bacha Vrindavan. Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Manchayaman. Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Koriyas. Harinam Sankirtana Kohe Naratamodas. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gora Haribo, 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 Haribo. Nitai Gora Haribo, 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 Haribo. Jai Saparikara Shishi Guru Guranga Gandharvika Giridhari Ju Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Rakshidhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Saranta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Gaur Kishordas Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Rupanuga Guru Bharga Ki Jai. Namachari Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Dasha Raghunath Shad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Premsigo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai. Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Bhagwat Ki Jai. Narottam Srinivas Shamananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Vishvavarenya Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Nirmalacharya Maharaj Ki Jai. Ananda Koti Vaishnav Vrinda Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Madhacharya Vrinda Ki Jai. Ganga Devi Ki Jai. Tulasi Maharani Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Shiv Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Shri Shiv Radha Krishna Go Gopi Govardhan Sham Kuna Radha Kunda Kalindi Yamuna Ju Ki Jai. Shri Purushottam Madam Ki Jai. Baladev Subhadra Jagannath Ju Ki Jai. Bhakti Vigna Vinashaya Shina Shingadev ki jai. Bhakta Prabhata Shri Prahlad Maharaj ki jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. All the assembled devotees ki jai. Gaur Premanande Hare Hare Bol.
Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Pavan Janardan Maharaj ki jai.